Hi everyone, my name is Paolo,
And I'm Iona.
and we're with Kapé Philippine Coffee, and we're here also with Leaderboard, and we're here to reveal to you the coffee we submitted.
So it is Kuya Adolfo's coffee from Davao del Sur. It is a washed Catimor, and we really love this coffee because it is such a great representation of coffee from the region. So I think if you recall from the first video, typically what we see in coffee growing communities in the Philippines, that Typica and bourbon varietals grow in the north, and in the south is mostly Catimores. And it's been such a great thing that has been helping the communities improve their livelihoods, from just producing vegetables to moving into high quality, high income producing coffee. So, yeah, what does this coffee remind us of?
Right. Okay, so the coffee reminds us of champorado, some hints of a little bit of some dark chocolate. Uh, in my opinion, I think it's very approachable and very friendly. So if you're a beginner or you're an expert in specialty coffee, so this is a great way to start again if you're a beginner, and if you're already into really unique specialty coffees, I think this is a perfect match.
Yeah, you'll be happily surprised with the coffee is very approachable, but it has that really nice chocolatey flavor notes. And champurrado, by the way, is chocolate rice porridge, which in the Philippines we eat that typically for breakfast or as a snack. You make that with glutinous rice and cacao, and you mix milk with it and sugar to make it really creamy, and it's a really comforting bowl. Yeah, so roasted almonds as well, as I think are the things that we taste when we brew Kuya Adolfo's coffee. So it's really clean, really balanced. I think, yeah, as Paula said, if you're new to Philippine coffee, yeah, probably you're surprised that there's specialty coffee growing in the Philippines, but this is a nice introduction. So yeah, we're very grateful that we're part of Leaderboard this season. And yeah, so if you've tasted other coffees too in the past from the Philippines, and if it's roasted there, you typically would have experienced really dark roasted coffee, like really more strong, more pronounced, like full bodied, as what people prefer back there. But this coffee is roasted by Andy from Palette Coffee
Yay.
Roasters, and we're really grateful for their support in our small startup social enterprise. And yeah, so it's perfectly roasted and really brings out the right with the taste notes that we want you to experience in this coffee.
Right. So the green beans, of course, we have a number of different green beans coming from the Philippines, and they all look the same, of course, when they're unroasted yet. In terms of size, in terms of color, typically there would be some differences when it's a honey processed coffee, which seems to have more of like a yellowish tint, as well as some naturals, and more kind of green grayer coffees for the washed when before they're roasted. So they all have very similar sizes. However, what's quite unique about this Catimor is that when it's roasted, it the mass of the bean swells, and it looks more like a Pacas type of varietal. So quite interesting for Catimor. And in fact, this seems to be also one of the largest in terms of bean size that we've ever had for the Catimor. So it's quite interesting. And I suppose perhaps because of the bean density as well would have an impact on that. And yeah, so that's a more kind of technical description of how we see the coffee before and after the roast.
And how you would have identified the coffee is it's great to, of course, taste it side by side with other coffees. If you are more used to and familiar with the Colombians, Brazilian coffees, I think you would sense and taste a bit of that, the hazelnut, the chocolatey flavor notes. For other African coffees that can tend to be really fruity, Philippine coffee tends to be in the middle. Like, it's for me, that's what I have been tasting. There's like a nice balance between, the really familiar taste of something that's just, approachable enough and easygoing, that it's not too adventurous, that other coffee drinkers would tend to feel like it's might be too sour or too acidic. So it has that nice balance. And another thing I wanted to note is that this coffee was sourced in partnership with Coffee for Peace. So they are a non-government organization that's based in southern Philippines, in Mindanao, doing peace building work. So they do a lot of great work with the communities, spreading the word about peace, because there's been a lot of conflict and tribal wars, and conflict as well with government. So coffee has been a medium to make connections and have conversations about what you can do instead to help each other out and to promote sustainable livelihood. So we're really grateful that we can bring Kuya Adolfo's coffee to you.
So thank you everyone for your support, and we wish you the best of luck, and in guessing the other beans as well. And kudos again to Andy, super awesome. We love Andy so much, and she's just awesome, like an amazing person, not just a master for roasting, but just an amazing person.
Yeah, and to
overall.
Ben too for your continued support to Kapé
Great.
and what we do. And have fun, everyone. Like, taste the coffees again. We always recommend a ratio of 1:17 in whatever brew method that you choose, but that's some of the standard.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks everyone,
Okay.
and see you soon.
Take care. Happy brewing.